And just like that, it's already Friday. I don't know where time goes, really. This year is flying by. The fact that we're already in April, it's kind of insane, but I finished my day job maybe an hour ago, and I'm sitting down to finish a couple drawings in my little sketchbook I started yesterday or the day before. This is a scarab. It still needs a little bit of contrast. And then I have, continuing on my surrealism theme, this is going to be a pansy with a human eye inside. And yeah, those are drawings I mainly draw in my little sketchbook to practice my shading and improve my graphite technique. So I'm going to keep doing that. This weekend I might experiment on a couple things art-wise. I really wanted to draw like crumpled paper, trying to get that texture rendered on a flat surface. And eventually what I'm trying to get at with that is, so I made copies of some of my drawings in my little sketchbook and crumpled the paper. And then I kind of wanted to draw the paper crumpled with the drawing in it as a, like I said, as a 2D surface. It's me experimenting with hyperrealism, basically. So that's just kind of a, yeah, just like it's pure experiment. So I'm gonna do that, I think. And also I wanted to create a few stop motion animation with my stickers. Those won't be claymations, it would be actually animate the stickers themselves. And I wanted to do that to create some maybe reels for Instagram, or just a way to promote my stickers that would be fun to watch and maybe engaging, you know, for people, in order to revive my sticker shop, because I haven't had any sales since January. So it's been like at least 3 months. So yeah, that's kind of on my list of things to do, and I'll take you along. I think it's just going to be pretty creative. We'll see where things go. I also wanted to work on some ribbon lettering, but again, we'll see how much time. I always overestimate how much I want to get done in a weekend. I know my graphite drawings always take me way longer than I think they will. But so anyways, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna get into my little sketchbook and go from there. So I think I'm going to stop working on this little project of drawing this crumpled paper in a realistic manner. This is a good exercise to help you with light and shadows, recognizing patterns, and really identifying the shadows and light and how to translate that on a drawing. And yeah, I wanted to try something hyper realistic. I haven't done much of that except for maybe the human eyes I've drawn lately. This is actually, I found this a bit more challenging than I had imagined, but I'm glad I tried. I'll probably start integrating more hyper-realism in my work, and also keep on the surrealist thread I'm on, sort of things. So it's a kind of a mixed bag of things I'm trying right now. I'm in a very experimenting phase, as you can tell, but also building up my graphite skills. So the little introduction I did for this exercise was kind of a mix of stop motion animation and pixelation. So, and I'd like to introduce more of that in my videos, because I think, for me, I feel they're really fun to make for me, but I think they're also really fun to watch. Yeah, I'm just kind of in a phase where I'm really working on identifying what's my own true path, and instead of comparing my work to others or trying to chase trends, you know, I'm really trying to really focus on my authentic path. And so that means there's going to be a bunch of experiments here and there. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And it's still light out, but I have a few very boring errands to run, like going to the grocery store and stuff. So I won't take you along today, but this was kind of a fun thing to work on. And yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. So welcome to a fairly gloomy Sunday. Of course, I had to make coffee. I'm starting a little bit later in the day to film. I went for a walk, but it didn't take you long because I thought it would be maybe too repetitive, and it's also still very cold. And so, anyways, as you can see, I have this beautiful bouquet of flowers that was handed to me by people I know who went on vacation, and as I'm cat sitting for them, they thought I could enjoy those flowers while they're away. And yeah, are those really gorgeous? So I think these will be great as an inspiration for a piece. I might draw a larger piece with those. I think that would be a great project. But because it's already Sunday and I'm closing my vlog today, I might just draw a few flowers in my sketchbook. I don't know, I could start the larger drawing. For some reason, I always like to finish a drawing within the vlog. So if I start a bigger piece, it won't be done this week, obviously. So I don't know. I think I'll just draw in my sketchbook for now. And maybe I'll show you the larger piece if I start it tonight. I probably will, I might. I didn't get to do the stop motion animation for my stickers yet. So I'll probably do that later also. I don't know if I'll be able to film myself. I won't be able to film myself doing it, but maybe I'll show you a little bit of the behind the scenes, or I'll show you the results if I get to it. I'm also cat sitting later, so yeah. Thank you so much for watching this little studio vlog, especially if you watched it till the end. I really appreciate that. In fact, if you did, why don't you put a little cat emoji in the comments? And yeah, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share it with your friends, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you next week in a new video. Bye!